What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Earth RX, and we have a little mission today. Today's mission is a social media blackout. Now, I know this is super tough for some people, but it can be extremely freeing, because when we remove stress from your life, it can make the day seem just a little bit less intense, I would put. It kind of brings everything back down to center. So I want you to go ahead and delete your social media for one whole day, 24 hours. No Instagram, no Facebook, no Twitter, no nothing. Just be on your own. Just do you, like basically back in the 90s. And we're doing this because a lot of times multiple hours are spent on social media, and I don't think that we realize it sometimes how much time that we spend on social media and how bad it can actually be. It could be extremely negative. A lot of your friends are just on there arguing, and this goes for pretty much everybody, unless you have done an incredible job of curating your social media. So some people, like me, I only have Instagram, and I've spent a significant amount of time curating my Instagram so that I don't see anything negative. I don't want to hear about anybody arguing. None of that stuff helps us in the long run. All it does is divide us more and waste more time. So I'm not in the business of wasting time anymore. I'm in the business of getting results, moving forward, progressing my life, getting to a place that I want to be. And I found that paying attention to social media as often as I was, and as some people do, was detrimental to that. It was not helping anything at all. So I challenge you to just remove it from your life for 24 hours, and then write in your reflections, write in your notes, talk about how you felt about it, talk about anything you want in regards to this, but really try to just remove it from your life, and then think about how often you think about it. Think about how often you go to it, to turn to it, to get that hit of dopamine, to get that little bit of pleasure from that thing that just eats up time. Like, it's like a sponge. It's like an internet sponge. It's just eating up time. And really just see how much intention that you put into it. See how much time that you save by not using it. See how addicted you are to it by how many times you think about it and go to it and think, I kind of want to reinstall it because I want to know this or this or this. Think about how many times this happens to you throughout the day. Do you really want to give something that much control over your life? I personally don't. I don't think it's a healthy practice for us to do. And I do have an Instagram, but I've been off Facebook for almost a year now. It just wasn't a healthy practice for me anymore. And I noticed that the people who I cared about and respected would say crazy, terrible things. It makes me lose respect for them. So instead of losing respect for people that I care about, I just removed it from my life. If anybody is curious about me or my life or what's going on, they can reach out to me. And I personally am not as curious as to what's going on in other people's lives, because I'm focused on my own life. I'm focused on my own present moment, the things I'm working towards, the things I'm trying to achieve. That's what I'm focused on, and not so much the external world. So go ahead and give this a try for one day. I hope that you can make it through the whole day. I know it's really difficult. It's definitely, in society these days, it's a hard task to have. And then we come up with all these excuses of why we have the social media. Oh, because I need to connect with family, or I need to stay in touch with friends, or I need to stay in touch with... Well, if they wanted to stay in touch with you, they would reach out to you. I'm sure that the people that are the most important have your number and can call you or text you whenever they need you. And if that's the case, then, what do we need to really be paying attention to everybody else all the time for? I think it causes more disconnect than it causes connection, unfortunately. And I think it was originally designed for people to connect with one another. And in turn, it has made us more reclusive because we don't need to, because we could use this app to connect with one another. So we feel that this is good enough. We don't actually have to physically connect. But go ahead and give it a try. Let me know what happens. Write it down in the comments below of this video, or just write it in your reflections journal and just see how you feel about it. See if there's anything that you find strange about maybe your addiction, or how often that you use the application sets and tools, because they can be powerful in positive ways, but they can also be powerful in negative ways. And that's what we want to avoid, is removing negativity from our lives so that we in turn can vibrate higher and we can manifest the things that we want.